As a quick introduction into this video, I'm going to show you what is new, or what we did in this, let's say, second iteration of work in this agent builder, agent area thingy. This project was like a week long, so not so much changes, but all of these changes that we made are, let's say, lifesaver and opens up new doors for us. So going one by one. The first and the most obvious thing is now we can choose the LLM provider. It can be either Claude or OpenAI. Claude is, I think, the default. I think it's self-evident what this does. The next thing is verbose logs and non-verbose logs. This is a new thing. And basically, previous to this, let's say I select it and run an agent. When you run an agent, you will get some basic logs, like I'm using the work map, then I'm adding some tasks, then I'm ending the planning, and then I'm getting the goal details and, going into posting the message and yeah, that's it. So very basic logs. Definitely it helps you to navigate the waters, but if you want to go deep, like to understand what did get work map return, or what is the response of the get goal details, or more details to understand why the agent choose to take the route that it did, then it's beneficial to turn on these verbose logs. And as you will see, these verbose logs are much more verbose than what we have now. And let's run an agent with that now. And yeah, the logs are now much more verbose. On the first instance that you can see is that it's using this tool, but now you see the output of the tool, which is quite long, and you can understand and you can reason about it. It is logging the tool inputs, so you can kind of get more information and more debugging stuff even when you are building out an agent. So that was the second thing, the verbose logs. The third thing, very small, but I would say life-changing when you are working with these agents, is this option to minimize and maximize the screen. And especially when you have verbose logs, this helps a lot. So that was the second thing. And the last thing was about changing the format of the output. So as a reminder, what was the previous approach? In the previous approach, we just basically connected to the API, took out all the JSON data, and just dumped it into the LLM context, which I would say worked, but the output was not very good because it included much more information than it needed. And then it, let's say, overloaded a bit the agent. And I read several blog posts about this, about what is the ideal output that you should use. And multiple people suggested either using XML, which proved to be like a successful format for LLMs. But the other one was just plain Markdown text. And the reasoning why a Markdown text works better than JSON is that LLMs are basically trained on lots and lots of human communication or human text. And then if you dump out a human text, LLMs are primed to understand it, I would say, even better. So their data includes much more of that than some custom JSON that is just one line of like computer data. And the other thing was that it seems to be beneficial to output some legend or something to tell to the agent, what am I actually getting here? So let's say the tool was get work map, and then in the output you get like a legend, like what am I returning here? What is the format? What are the valid statuses? What are the valid states? How the output looks? And basically now you have a hierarchical view of the work map. So this is the first goal, and then goal, project, this is, let's say, a Markdownized format, or at least in the code I'm calling it as Markdown. So to which level this is Markdown, I don't know, but definitely the result of returning the data in such a format like this was quite remarkable, because in production it sped up the agent execution quite a lot. So previously we had this problem when you run an agent and then it just stalls and then tries to read it and crunches and crunches and crunches. It creates one task, like review this goal, and then crunches and crunches again. And this crunching could go on for like minutes, and I guess using using quite a lot of tokens on the API. But when you output it like this and prune the output a bit, so now there are no logs and there are no unnecessary data in the context, now the information presented to the agent is much better and the agent performs much faster. So now in production, it can, on our organization, it can create tasks like in a couple of seconds. And yeah, it was a great step up from what we had. I would say that this is it. So to wrap it up, the changes are, so you can choose the LLM provider, you can choose if you want verbose logs or not, you have the full screen option or the minimize option, and tools are now returning Markdownized data. So where to go next? Well, the short-term plan is definitely just to talk with Marco tomorrow, and then we will find out a good strategy what to build next into this system. Basically, I think the best approach to take from tomorrow is to come up with one specific agent that we want to build out, and then to narrow down the quality of the tools, to narrow down the quality of the prompts, and to build everything around that very, very specific use case, and to get a success story out of that. Instead, the alternative would be to just go here and dump every tool that we know and, every helpful information here, which could generate something. But I think that the approach to actually come up with one working and good agent would bring us a lot of joy and move us forward in this mission to automate some of these tools in companies. So I would say that's it, and leave any feedback that you have or ask me anything. Have a nice day.